Hi, I'm Louisa Higgins, and today we're going to do an art lesson that's based on the work of artist Piet Mondrian. Before we get started, I just want to remind you of several things. One, it's great to put on your favorite music in the background because that really helps you get into your creative flow. Secondly, it's important to relax and have fun. This is meant to be an expression of your feelings and playing with shapes and colors and so on. So I really want you to focus on relaxing. And finally, we're going to talk about shapes today, and these are very much a driving factor in the art that we're going to do. So let me flip this over. And here is the artist's name spelled out, Piet Mondrian. And it's fun for me sometimes to look at an artist whose work I admire and figure out how I can make something that's, similar. And so this is what I call an homage. And if you look online and put his name in and click images, you're going to see artwork that I'm sure that you've seen before and will recognize. And so what was distinct about what he was doing is he used shapes, and they were squares and rectangles. So they were either a box or they were elongated, and those are important words for younger students to know. And he used primary colors only. So he focused on red, yellow, and blue. So while the background was white and the lines that he made were black, red, yellow, and blue are the only colors that he used to fill those lines in. So we're going to pretend this is my piece of paper, and I'm going to use a ruler or any other hard straight edge. So it could be the edge of a book or cardboard and so on. And I'm going to start to divide up this space that I'm making art from. So I'm going to actually put a line across that's close to the middle. And of course I'm working kind of sideways. Let's see, I like that. It's not quite in the middle. And I'm going to do another one that's not quite in the middle to split it up. And from there I'm going to subdivide it a little bit so I have some more interesting shapes to work with. So I'm going to make this smaller line. And I think I'll break this up here. And I'll make another line down here. Now, if you wanted to, you could do this ahead of time with pencil and then go over it with your black line. So I'm pretty happy with that. I think I'll just add one more small line up here. And perhaps break this up a little bit. So you can see all of those are straight lines, and everything that they formed was either a square shape or rectangle. And actually, in looking at this, all of these, except for the littler ones, came out more rectangular in shape. So then I mentioned he used three colors, red, yellow, and blue. And so you're trying to find a dynamic between the white space and the colored spaces. So I'm going to start with the red, and I'm going to find a few boxes that I want to paint in red. And I'm not going to put them next to each other. I want them to be spaced out on the piece of artwork. So I'm going to take this box, and I've designated that's going to be red. And so I'm going to look around, and what else would I like to be red? I'm thinking this one here. I don't want the reds to be right next to each other. I want them to be spaced out throughout the piece, and I think we'll make this a red as well. So I'm mindful of the colors I'm using, and I'm also mindful of the white spaces. So my next color is yellow. So let's see. I think this box would be great as a yellow. And I'm going with my feelings. I'm going with what seems right to me. And the music helps me do that, helps me relax and make some choices as I'm creating the artwork, because this is my artwork. And I can choose what I like, and that's really the fun part of art. It's up to you. There isn't a right or wrong answer. I'm also going to pop a little yellow up here. So you can see red is spaced throughout the piece, yellow is spaced throughout the piece. And finally I have blue, and so I want to see where blue makes sense to me. I like blue up here and here. I think I'll have blue on this box. And I'm also going to bring the blue down in this corner. You can see I've looked around, I'm making sure that I'm using my colors in different areas and throughout the piece. And of course, if you were doing this more slowly and carefully, you could use oil pastel, marker, and even paint. So you can use any medium to create your colors. And then I would go back afterwards and go over the black lines and make them really pop out. And you can see I left this space and this space white. This is also a wonderful piece to do as a painting. And so I went looking around the house before I had a chance to go shopping. I didn't have any canvas. And so I found this box, excuse me, that I had ordered something online. And I cut out the side of it, and then I painted a Piet Mondrian style painting. So this is done with acrylic paint, a Sharpie, and then doing the same technique. And you can see it's spaced out lines, the 3 colors, the 2 different shapes. So I encourage you to subscribe to this series so that the next video comes to you automatically, and have fun with it. Thank you.